nature news. All nature, all the time. I'm your host, Kate Scarego. It's time for what's become a popular feature for us today. We bring you an invigorating research piece that Channel 5 News research team has been working on for over a year now. We have been following around a flock of ruddy ducks throughout their seasonal migration and recording the sounds produced by this odd little duck. The ruddy duck is a waterfowl species native to Canada and the US. The integument of the duck is quite an odd one, and the sounds it makes are even odder. I bring to you now, live, our reporter in the field, Sarah Bourne. Are you ready?
Hello there, this is Sarah Bourne reporting to you live on location at Ruddy Duck Sanctuary at Red Deer College. The ruddy duck is a relatively quiet waterfowl compared to other ducks, but luckily we are here just in time to hear their courtship displays, which is one of the only times of year that the ruddy duck produce any sound. Among North American ducks, the ruddy duck is the only species known to have an inflatable neck air sac concealed under its breast feathers. These feathers are dense enough to trap the air between them. When the ruddy duck beats his breast with his bill, this releases the air trapped by the feathers, which produces a spurt of bubbles on the surface of the water and the slapping sound. The females are attracted to a combination of the visual display of bubbles, the slapping sound, and the final croak caused by the male's air sac deflating. If you listen closely, you might be able to hear the male ruddy duck performing his courtship display. Fascinating, isn't it? In humans, the mechanism for generating sound is quite different than in the ruddy duck. The human's voice involves the lungs, the vocal cords within the larynx, and the articulators. The lungs act as a fuel for the voice by producing an adequate airflow and air pressure to vibrate the vocal cords. The vibrating of the vocal cords chops up the airflow from the lungs into audible pulses that form the laryngeal sound source. Then the articulators, which are the parts above the larynx, such as your teeth and your tongue, enunciate the sound coming from the larynx. Quite a complicated process, I must say. Needless to say, the way the ruddy duck produces its mating call is very unusual compared to humans. Perfect for such a unique and unusual little bird, I must say. Back to you, Kate.
Thank you, Sarah. We now welcome our duck linguistics specialist, Dr. David Larson, who's been studying the frequencies and sound distributions of the ruddy duck. David, thanks for being here today.
Oh, salutations, Katrina. I am ever so pleased to be here today. I am super duper excited to illustrate to you folks what we have been working here at Channel 5 Research Facility for so long. I'm about to reveal to you folks 3 scout plot graphs that analyze the sound frequencies produced by the ruddy duck and the sound frequencies produced by the humans. So as you can see, this graph shown on the screen shows a comparison of the frequencies produced by the adult male ruddy ducks compared to the sound frequencies produced by the humans. Sound duration is the time that one call or spoken word lasts for. And as you can see here, folks, for the humans, the sound duration is for how long the words that are spoken last for. The trend on this graph, of course, is that the ruddy duck would have a smaller standard deviation. And for those of you who did not take introductory statistics classes, that means that the most of the sound produced by the ruddy duck are relatively similar lengths, whereas there are quite large variations in the length of the human words, as you can see on the graph by all the large spikes in the green line. Now this next graph, or these next 2 graphs on the screen, will depict the maximum and minimum sound frequencies for the adult ruddy duck. And of course for the humans, as you can see by both graphs, the humans have a much higher sound frequency than the ruddy ducks. And the ruddy ducks have both a lower minimum and maximum sound frequency. Well, that's all for me, folks. Thanks for watching. Back to you, Katrina. And by the way, I've got a present for you. Your own very little duck.
Thank you, Dr. David, for that invigorating research on the intriguing ruddy duck. Well, that's all that we have for today, folks. Tune in next time for the final segment of our 3-part series on the Ruddy Duck. And don't forget to hug a tree today.